Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, it's fine diving at Space Cat in downtown Youngstown. Peaches are in season, so I make minted peach lemonade. But first, it's a tour of forgotten Youngstown with Councilman Mike Ray. I'm here with Youngstown Councilman Michael Ray, and we are about to embark on the urban tour. Is that a good way to call it?
Yeah,
or
we call it the safari, but I mean, it is a tour, and that's what it kind of started. It started out as exploration.
Yes, it's like hidden Youngstown. And these are all properties owned by the city of Youngstown that have become overgrown, are now dormant. And what spurred your interest in going through all these old properties?
We were doing a neighborhood cleanup on the west side with the Rocky Ridge Neighborhood Association, and I had my Jeep out and the doors off, and it was spring day, and three of the people that were there have planning backgrounds. They're urban planners, and they said, there's some spots in the city we just, you'd be amazed to see. So I said, let's go. We just jumped in, and I'd never been back on this trail, which is an old rail line, and it was so overgrown, and we had to inch our way through. And then I started learning about some of that history, and it kind of pieced together. I mean, we'll go as far out to the east side and the roads that we closed and part of the 2010 plan to, right size of the city. We have all these things, and there's just hidden stuff we drive by every day and we don't realize what used to go on there.
Well, we went on this tour last year. Mike took my husband and I, it is fascinating because it really deals with the old industry. And, the rail cars, as you said, it was the old railway line, and the line is still there.
Yeah, there's remnants, the pieces of this rail line, and it's my understanding it was about 12 miles long, and it went from Camel into Youngstown, and the mills together built that. It was a raised rail line, so they could move the molten steel between plants.
And I just think it's so interesting. When we go back, Bill, get ready, because we are going to get some amazing shots. And this is all part of our city, but honestly, you do feel like you are in a jungle. So this still is in perfect shape.
I mean, this structure is very massive. It held, rail cars full of molten steel. The I-beam underneath the center is as wide as this vehicle. So.
Now, Michael, this looks pretty overgrown.
It is, but I will tell you, the first time we came through here, no one had ever driven back here in years. So it was virtually impassable. We inched along, and there were some small trees. And we had a crowbar with us, that's all we had. Okay. We were banging up, beating to that, and just inched. I had no idea, not being an experienced off-roader, what the Jeep could handle.
So this is ground zero for the city of Youngstown. This is where it started.
This is Spring Commons, and you'll have a shot over there. The spring is still there, it's concreted over, and water still pours out continually. And that's where the first settlers, John Young, they came here to this spot because of there was a clearing here, and the spring was here.
And it flows right into the Mahoning River.
Yep.
And, right above it, right across from
the B&O.
The B&O
is across the river.
Is where we have our John Young statue.
Just above here is the John Young statue, the bust of John. And, it's weird because we're so, the bridge is above us, but Mahoning Avenue was much lower then. I mean, it would have been at this level. Here where we are, the street was lower.
And there was a lot of flooding back then. I mean, isn't that why they had to keep
I believe that was probably
it?
one of the factors, definitely.
Because the Mahoning River probably was a lot more active back in the day. But this is so interesting down here.
And it's funny, even when this low spot we are here, you can still see Home Savings up there. The Home Savings building is a beacon. You can probably see it from most of the spots we go to.
So right now we're underneath the Market Street Bridge. And the access way was called
Pike Street.
And this used to, when the Market Street Bridge wasn't in existence, Pike was used.
You would come down that way and go to Oak Hill, and then cross the river down that way.
on the lower bridge.
Yeah.
On the Spring Common Bridge.
Right.
And now if you could see way far to the, that would be what, the north end of the bridge, underneath is where the access is going to be from Cavelli over to the soon-to-be-built amphitheater. Now you have an excellent idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we did have expanded our park department and put a zip line so you could just zip from this side down across the river and across the rail lines. I mean, that'd probably take multiple approvals, Army Corps Engineer, Department of Transportation. But I think that would be unique, having urban zip lines right here going right across where the heart of the steel, industry was at one time.
I mean, because you have the height.
We do.
And I mean, I think the views would be absolutely beautiful over the river.
The view's amazing, and it'd be a way that we could engage with the river, because we can't do anything riverfront exactly because of the rail lines. We have active rail lines. There's 3 sets of tracks right below us here on this side of the river, and there's a few on the other side of the river.
So what would the access point then? We would have to get a road.
Well, we have this road here. We have this right of way. This is the rail line. This is that same raised rail line we were on off of Pike Street.
So we would just have to develop it a little bit.
Right.
And get a ticket booth.
Yeah. We are on a closed road, part of Lincoln Park.
Now, was this from Oak Street? Did this used to be an
yes,
entrance
this was an entrance in. As infrastructure ages, we do take it out of service just because it's too much to maintain. But there is some neat spots down here. There's some old bridges that were WPA projects. This road used to go through. We are under 422 here. So this was a public use pool at one time. A little swampy now, but
yeah, a little algae issue.
Right, but
so this used to be
a pool,
a public swimming area.
Yeah. And if we look at the atlas when we get back, I could show you the pages where it was, Lincoln Park Pool.
All right, well, the Urban Jungle Jeep Tour, we had to hike this one.
Right.
One of the furthest points out in Lincoln Park, and as you can see, Lincoln Park is one of our oldest city parks, is like Mill Creek. And you can see the deteriorating concrete bridge, but this is so picturesque back here.
This is beautiful. I mean, we talk about Mill Creek Park, but this is right in the city limits. Several, acres of land with these old bridges, but I mean, they're in disrepair, but there's still so many neat spots to see. I encourage folks to come out, drive down into Lincoln Park.
And hike.
I mean, yep.
Because we really do have many resources, and I don't know how we're going to be able to keep up with the upkeep on all of this parkland that the city owns.
Right, and part of that I think is making part of this more of a preserve, letting it be natural, but having paths and ways for people to come and enjoy this.
And if you like to hike, just come on over to the east side, enter Lincoln Park, right through Lincoln Park Drive, and you could just walk 4 miles, and you will see the wonders and the splendor right here in the city of Youngstown.
Yep.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Summer means Magic Tree. Look at this patio. This is one of my favorite places to be on a summer night.
Casey, we have all the things going on here at the Magic Tree on our beautiful patio. We have the Saturday Summer Music Series, not to mention all the other goodies like our seasonal menu. Absolutely. That's our canned chips, our cedar plank salmon, and this is our Casey and the Sunshine Salad. How you like that? And then our seasonal drinks. That's our mermaid water, and it ain't no water, by the way. And this is our fresh blueberry mule.
Oh, that is beautiful. And I'm telling you, what is your slogan?
Come to the Magic Tree to eat, drink, and celebrate.
And I say repeat. Summertime is here. The living is easy. Get to the Magic Tree.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life. Trust Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Here at the Upstairs, we cater to everyone. When you come through the door, I treat you as though you're my friend. So there's all kinds of options here at the Upstairs. There's something on that menu for everyone. Great food, friendly service, very clean restaurant. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of good restaurants in our community. So I always feel honored when someone comes here. I want everybody coming through that door to leave here with a good experience.
Part of growing up in Youngstown is growing up with Rowley Brothers Markets. Even friends who have moved out of town come to shop and say hi when they're home for a visit.
And my family has always shopped at Rowley's, and today they are still my favorite grocery store. My recipes depend on the best ingredients, and that's why I get them at Rowley's, where you'll always find the freshest food at the best prices.
Rowley Brothers is a proud sponsor of the KC Malone Show. The quality that customers have come to expect is true local flavor.
$5 Burger Mondays at Sadie's Place, inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown.
Is it time to update your color style? R&S Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop R&S Paint.
I really enjoy making recipes with fresh seasonal ingredients, and I love the flavor of peaches. And right now, peaches are popping. I make my peach cake with the bourbon cream, and this is my minted peach lemonade. You are going to love this. I was introduced to the peaches, lemonade, bourbon when I went on a bus trip. Abby and Tom had brought this, and it was delicious. So I thought about it, I made my own version, and you're gonna love this. You could add bourbon, vodka, dark rum, or it is a wonderful, cooling, refreshing drink on its own. So let's get going. I'm going to make my minted peach lemonade cocktail base. For this recipe, you'll need 4 cups of water, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 5 peaches pitted and sliced, 12 fresh mint leaves, 1 lemon sliced thin and de-seeded. You can use bourbon, vodka, or dark rum, and seltzer or club soda. In a small saucepan, I warmed the 4 cups of water with the 1/3 cup of sugar until the sugar dissolved. So it's not a true simple syrup with equal parts sugar and water. I'll just call it sugar water. So that is done. It's just warmed over. So I'm gonna add 1 cup of the fresh squeezed lemon juice. Then I will add the sugar water. Look at that. Beautiful homemade lemonade. Now I don't like a lot of sugar in my drinks, so we'll draw more of the sweetness from the peaches. So half of these peaches I'm going to put in the pitcher. Look at how beautiful they are. They're so nice and ripe. Try to use ones more on the soft, ripe side because you'll draw more flavor. So that's about half of them in the pitcher. And then I'm going to add the fresh mint. And I'm not going to chop the mint. I'm just using the smaller leaves. And then what we'll do is use a potato masher or a whisk, and we are just going to bruise the mint and crush, smash, whatever you want to call them, the peaches, so they break up a little bit and their juices are imparted in the lemonade. I mean, this is such an easy recipe. And after we've mashed these peaches up a little bit, you don't want to break them up too much, but just enough to release those juices, and make sure you get that mint flavor in there too, okay? So now that that is done, we've got a peach stuck in there. We will add the lemon slices, just 1 lemon, and the rest of the peaches. And that's it. Okay. Then we are going to just stir it together once more, make sure everything blends together, and then get that little peach out of there. You're not getting away. And we'll just cover this, put it in the refrigerator for a few hours or overnight, just to let all these flavors meld together. So I'll get this in the fridge, chill it, and then we'll come back and make you a cocktail. Well, we let this sit for a few hours, nice, cold, and refreshing. So let's assemble our drink. I'm gonna go with bourbon, a little sour mash here, old number 7. Add that to a nice tall glass. Then I am going to fish out a peach and a slice of lemon. Oh yeah, what the heck? I got a little mint in there. Put those in my glass. And then I'm going to pour out the lovely nectar of this drink and keep it light and keep it refreshing. Just top it with a little bit of seltzer or club soda, whatever you prefer. If you want it sweeter, 7-Up would be good too. Then we just mix it up. Now, doesn't that look refreshing? And give it a try. Oh my goodness. This is so delicious and it's so easy. You know, if you want to do this for a party, you can add the alcohol to it. But a lot of people don't like the darker liquors. Some people like rum, vodka. Let them choose what they want to add to it. And of course, if you have the kids, they can just enjoy this refreshing drink on its own. But I do like the seltzer because it lightens it up. So if you need the recipe for my minted peach lemonade cocktail base, all you have to do is go to my website, caseysecondjune.com, and you will enjoy peach season that much more. It is a refreshing drink. Cheers. Delicious. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in an automobile accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may encounter. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court. And remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at elizabethbernardlaw.com.
Join the Island Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
My mom was always in my corner.
Always pushing me to do better.
I couldn't have asked for a better mother.
So when she needed assisted living,
I did my research.
Doctors, nurses,
and others with family and assisted living,
they all said,
trust the name you know.
Briarfield.
for assisted living with top healthcare experts, a caring staff, and a comfortable home-like setting.
Trust the name you know.
Briarfield.
Trust the name you know, Briarfield, proudly serving the Valley for over 20 years.
Hi, I'm Bob Kamara. The time has come for me to step back and let my son Rob and daughter Brianna take ownership of Kamara Jewelers. We're celebrating my 41 years in the business with a huge retirement sale where store-wide discounts are up to 70% off. I want every piece sold. Nothing is held back.
Beautiful diamond jewelry, colored gemstones, and more. Largest selection of engagement rings. Up to 70% off Kamara Jewelers' huge retirement sale.
4 for $5 till 6. Happy hour at Sadie's Place inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown.
R&S Paint is a locally owned paint store and not a paint department. Inspiration comes easy when choosing exciting Benjamin Moore colors and finish. Over 3,400 vibrant and durable colors are yours at R&S Paint.
You are going to love this place. It's hiding right here in plain sight. Yes, here's the Draft House, longtime favorite bar in downtown Youngstown with great libations, but in the back is Space Cat, and you are going to love the amazing food in here. This is really a unique approach to a gourmet kitchen.
Yeah, we're trying to cook some gourmet food. It's nice eliminating servers, and the beauty is, since our menu is so diverse and pretty weird, the guests have the opportunity to interact with the person cooking their food, being myself. I'm right at the front window here taking your order and running your food and explaining it to you. So it really kind of cuts out the whole middleman, if you will.
Where did you come up with this idea? I mean, was this, you came from Austin?
I spent 4 years cooking in Austin, a couple years before that in Brooklyn and Los Angeles. And this is a concept that a lot of chefs were doing in Austin. One, because it's so expensive to start a restaurant there and maintain it. So it's kind of a concept I brought back from Austin to Youngstown. I was planning on moving home. This is where I'm from, born and raised. And I just was kind of asking around, like, hey, does anybody know if there's any unused kitchens out there that, you know, I could possibly rent out? And it just so happened the Draft House, which is one of my favorite bars, they weren't using their kitchen. So I approached the owner here.
Now, was that ready to go? I mean, did you have to get some equipment?
Yeah, no, it was ready to go. I just did a nice deep clean on it. I brought in like all my smallwares, and my smoker is out here.
How did you hone down a menu that you thought would work in our city?
Honestly, I didn't know whether it would work or not. I'm really just kind of cooking the food that I love to eat and to cook myself. So I didn't know if anybody would come here and eat. I was pretty nervous opening it up. But you know, once I moved away to bigger cities, I fell in love with like a lot of Asian food, Thai food especially. There's a heavy influence of Thai food on the menu. And then I spent 2 years working at a very good, well-known barbecue restaurant in Austin. Fell in love with that technique. That's most of the dishes on the menu has something smoked, whether you know it or not. We like to smoke a lot of ingredients and put them into like our sauces and other things, and just kind of sneak them in. So,
how are you getting the word out that you're here? You know, are you doing a lot of social media, Facebook, word of mouth?
Yeah, social media was my main vessel for getting people here. Instagram, Facebook, and then once people started coming in, just basically word of mouth.
I mean, I love the menu. I love, you know, I tried a lot of your items, and for a first timer here, I'm looking right now, the fried chicken, the flat iron steak. You know, what do you recommend when everybody comes in? Because the prices are reasonable. So 3, 4, 5 dishes, the whole menu, you could feed a lot of people.
Yeah, I tell people, like, if you come in with a party of 4, it's very easy to order the whole menu and share it. And that's kind of how we designed it.
And your sizes are based on that.
Right. You could, if you came in by yourself, you can get, you know, one thing and a side, and it would probably fill you up. But the way I designed the menu is sort of like a shared or like tapas style, you know, if you will.
How often will your menu change? Do you do a lot of seasonal things?
Yeah, we do. We like to kind of try to put one new thing on the menu every week or two and kind of like rotate it out. Yeah, we try to do some seasonal stuff. Winter's pretty hard. Now that the weather's getting warm, we're going to try to, hit up the local farmers a lot more.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. But really, I mean, it's just, the biggest thing about our concept is we are a sustainable restaurant, which means we don't waste anything and we take our leftover product to make new things. And that kind of creates dishes for us. So we're like, okay, like if we had some leftover Thai chili stems, we'll make a vinegar with it. And then we'll be like, okay, well, what can we do with that? And also being so small, a lot of my purveyors, I could only buy in like very large quantities. So we do a lot of preservation.
So why should someone come down here? They of course have access to all the beers and liquors and everything that's here at the Draft House. So why should they come and try Space Cat?
People should come try Space Cat because our food is delicious. It's unpretentious. You'll have a great time. The food is cheap. It's very approachable food, but it's also kind of out there, like out in space, But it's something unique and different that, we're trying to feed people new things. So if you're open for new things, I would definitely say come to Space Cat, order everything on the menu, bring a bunch of friends, get some beignets for dessert, and have a few drinks and get a little tipsy at the Draft House.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.